There's this continual contradiction between what real estate consumers want and what media gives them on a daily basis. Media, aided and abetted by economists, who sadly are not real estate experts, keep talking about the Australian property market. They keep talking about real estate issues as a single national market. Now that presents a massive contradiction between what actually interests their target audience, Australian real estate consumers, because what we know to be true is that what ordinary Australians interested in buying and selling real estate are interested in is individual locations. It's all about locations. Now, one evening every month I do a live Q&A via Facebook where I talk to people out there somewhere in Australia who have questions about real estate, and I invite them to ask questions about anything that relates to residential property, about issues, about interest rates, about supply and demand. But 99% of the questions I get are about individual locations. People want to know about specific areas, about individual suburbs or local government areas. But usually it's a single suburb. They want to know about a place they're interested in buying in, or a place where they own real estate, and they want to know how it's going. Should they continue to own it? Should they sell? Those kinds of questions. But it's all about what's happening at a local level. That's what real estate consumers want. But that's not what they're getting from mainstream media, and it's not what they're getting from most analysts, whether they're real estate research companies or economists, because they all want to talk about Australia as a single market, which is a ludicrous proposition because we have so many regional differences. So at Hotspotting, we provide for this demand. We have a stable of location reports which focus on local areas. We don't have reports on every location in Australia because a lot of the locations in Australia are not places that we would recommend that people buy. So we tend to construct reports on those areas that we think that people should be interested in as investors or as home buyers. Each of those reports has a lot of information that's relevant to the choices you might make as a real estate consumer, the background economy, what's happening with population and demographics, what's happening obviously with the property market, but the most important segment, in fact, is what we call future prospects, what's coming up in the future of a location that's going to make it a thriving economy firstly, and out of that will arise a prosperous property market. We tend to highlight areas that are affordable and which have strong underlying diverse economies providing good prospects for growth. Each of these reports cost just $55. It's great value for money. It allows you to get a very strong sense about a particular location, the suburbs in that area, why we rate it, why we think it's going to show growth. And I urge you to go to the hotspotting.com.au website, click on location reports and look at the stable of reports we have for locations around Australia, the ones that we rate, the ones that we think people could and should be interested in as our response to what we know to be true, and that is that Australian real estate consumers are very locally driven. They want to know what's going on in specific areas locally, not this notion that media constantly talks about, the idea of a single national property market, which is bunkum. So go to the hotspotting.com.au website and look at our stable of location reports. You might find one that's of particular interest to you. That's it for now. Ryder from hotspotting.com.au signing off. Let's talk again soon.